2023.
EDP.
2023.
EDP.
Zanu PF Oye.
Oye.
Youth League Oye.
Oye.
Youth League Oye.
Oye.
Pas ne mandu.
Pasnazo.
Regai. Did see I called this meeting to order. Our beloved comrades and fellow compatriots, I feel greatly honored to be part of this gathering. I'm fully aware that this crucial meeting is being held during difficult times, a time when not just Zimbabwe but the whole world is grappling with the deadly COVID-19 pandemic. This unpleasant experience is a painful reality that we must not only live with, but one we must temporarily adapt to. As Zanu PF Youths, we reaffirm our utmost gratitude to President of the Republic, His Excellency, Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa, for the bold, decisive, and responsive measures his administration continues to take in order to confront the disease and safeguard the nation. These measures, which include various levels of lockdowns and other strict restrictions, clearly demonstrate astute leadership that is sensitive to the need to preserve life and to inculcate a sense of collective resilience which is critical for the nation to recover once we have defeated the virus. It must also be re-emphasized that while government and even our Revolutionary Party continue to encourage and insist on all citizens of our great nation to take preventive measures to combat COVID-19, the ultimate duty to prevent the pandemic resides with each and every Zimbabwean. To this end, I encourage all Zimbabweans to embrace lockdown measures put in place by government, for these measures are meant to protect the masses. The Youth League will also not stand by and watch lockdown measures being violated. And I urge all our members to report all persons who violate lockdown measures. The COVID-19 pandemic brings new and unique livelihood challenges for young people. It is critical that the revolutionary members of the party, the youth, remain united and continue to work together in shaping the desired destiny of our generation. What is important, comrades, is for us to be united. One reason why we met together, because we are people who belong to the same party. No one knew where Tagaira lives, but because of Zanu PF, we knew each other. So it's important for us to stay united, to be united as young people, to fight and to defend our party. It is critical that as revolutionary members of the party, the youth remain united and continue to work together in shaping the desired destiny of our generation. The seriousness of this disease outbreak compels us to think outside the box and even imagine our further progress without the box, and as we adapt to new realities and possibilities. Virtual meetings, these are meetings that we use technology. Possibly when you are in Martinoth or in Mtare there, we can say, Comrade Getty, take the national executive members that are in your province, sit down, then we'll be here. We can actually deliberate using virtual system, but of course, taking into account the issues of security. So that, because the issue of traveling is being restricted with the issue of this disease. So virtual meetings, for instance, are just a tip of the iceberg in terms of the new approaches and mechanisms for survival and development we have the potential to exploit. The past calls by President Emmerson Mnangagwa for the youth to embrace social media in defense of the revolution are more lucid than ever. With social distancing being the new mantra, we must as a party be visible on social media, not only defending the party, but telling our own story, lest it be told by the revisionist enemies of the revolution. Asambeni sonke, hande itese tinorakasa. It is unfortunate that as the rest of the nation is fighting a deadly pandemic and seeking new avenues to improve the national quality of life. Some elements on the lunatic fringe still find pleasure in engaging in destructive hooliganism disguised as demonstrations. With particular reference to the fake demonstrations planned for 31st July, we are more than doubly aware that these attempts to cause mayhem in the country are part of a broader sponsored regime change strategy that has in the past yielded nothing but violence. As Zanu PF Youth League, we register our preparedness to stand in resolute defense of legitimate national interests, in defense of innocent breadwinners and their dependents who are being threatened with disruptive, senseless violence and injury. We further reiterate our conviction that the only acceptable path to political power in Zimbabwe is through a plebiscite or an election. In the 2018 elections, the voice of the majority emphatically spoke in favor of Zanu PF, running the country until 2023. The threats to remove the government that we hear of are unconstitutional, and we remain ready to defend the constitution of Zimbabwe and accordingly warn all putschist elements to hold their peace. We will therefore not entertain any form of retrogressive optimism, which is in many predictable ways similar to the coordinated anarchy of 1 August 2018 and January 2019, which should never be repeated. We are tired of merchants of regime change abusing the universal right to demonstrate, and wish to remind them that such right is subject to limitations in defense of national security. As Zanu PF Youth League, we urge our membership to use 31 July 2020 as a day on which to celebrate our party's clear and peaceful victory in 2018 elections, and to come out in full party regalia. So wherever you are, kungawe kumunda, ungawe kumusha muno, wese mswa 31 should wear regalia to show that we voted for President Emmerson Mnangagwa and we are standing with him. So I call upon each and every national executive member to send this information to the structures so that on 31 you take a photo, wherever you are, you'll be wearing party regalia, wherever you be, to show our endorsement and our support of President Emmerson Mnangagwa. We won the elections in 2018. We are greatly encouraged by the huge strides the government is taking in its trajectory towards comprehensive economic revival. This year, 2020, can, in spite of all the challenges we are experiencing, be characterized as a year of productivity and trade. We fully welcome the government's innovative economic revival programs like the Pfumvudza, which is fast bearing fruit. We also want to extend our gratitude to party executive members who are spearheading such programs on behalf of the President and the people of Zimbabwe. As the Youth League, we are very much alive to the damaging distortions being inflicted on the national economic system, particularly on the foreign exchange rates through speculative abuse of the mobile money transaction facility and arbitrage on such platforms as the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange. Discipline must be exercised in these sectors, and to this end, we strongly recommend that stringent surveillance of all mobile money transactions be implemented to ensure that economic saboteurs are shut down and prosecuted. We are observing with delight that as part of the COVID-19 coping mechanisms, many nationals are opting to migrate to the rural areas and being more productive on the land. This conscious return of the basics of our agro-based economy is commendable, as it rhythms well with our use it or lose it policy for a productive paradigm based on enhanced land use for those with land. We continue to lobby as well for prioritization of youth in land allocations, as many of our youth have no land which our fathers fought for. We commend as well the efforts made to give youth livestock such as piggery and wait the rolling out of the more similar initiatives. On the mining sector, most of our youth are having challenges in this sector And we hope that working together with the Minister of Mines, these challenges will be addressed. But most our concern as the Youth League, my concern as your leader, there continue to be some leakages in this sector. It is highly worrisome that a lot of our minerals, especially gold, continue to be cheaply and illegally exported through criminal schemes which prejudice the nation of substantial amounts of revenue. As the Youth League, we implore responsible authorities to take decisive action to stop such madness. The need to preserve viability of the mining sector as a key enabler of national economic stability need not to be reiterated in this regard. We therefore, as part of mitigation action, recommend that local gold buyers and young small-scale miners be financially empowered through special purpose vehicle funding in order to outstrip the illegal parallel market. Equally important, fidelity printers and refiners, the national gold spectacle, should not only be sensitive and responsive to international market trends, but should be encouraged to be flexible in order to stay ahead of its illegal competition. The Youth League notes with concern incidents of criminal and labor-related violence happening in the gold trade and perpetrated by both locals and foreigners. Zimbabwe is not open for violence, nor is it an outpost of disorder. We call upon the relevant law enforcement agencies to bring to book all merchants of violence, regardless of their nationality or social standing. Another area similarly bleeding the economy is the diamond sector. Kuma diamonds, the diamond sector. We have noted with abundant concern that illegal diamond dealings, which are detrimental to the national revenue flow, have become rampant in Manicaland province. As we continue to monitor the situation, we call upon all concerned and involved parties to plug all leakages with immediate effect. We are most aware that although the Indigenization and Economic Empowerment Act has since been repealed, there still remains provision in our national legal system for diamond mining to remain a reserved area for local exploitation. Not only diamond, but also the retail sector is reserved for the locals. Also other sectors like transport are reserved for locals. But we are noting that we've got some people, we've got some authorities that are actually giving foreigners rights to cook sadza here. Yet foreigners are being allowed entry and are not being allowed to get entry into that area. So we are saying that it's important that the local sectors, those areas reserved for locals, must be for the locals. As Zanu PF Youth League, in the interest of the well-being of every Zimbabwean, national, particularly the young people, we wish to emphasize to local leadership in the areas mentioned that the beauty of responsibility that comes with devolution also imposes on stain the burden of accountability. It is therefore important that they are not found wanting. As young people, we understand that corruption is a deadly cancer that is undermining our integrity, growth, and future as a nation. We are therefore in full support of His Excellency President Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa's no-nonsense stance against corruption. We are energized in our confidence by the results coming from the anti-corruption infrastructure set up by the President, whose flagship is the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, ZAC. Without dread or favor, the national fight against corruption has taken in high-profile individuals, signifying that there are no sacred cows. Our only wish is for this tempo to be maintained or surpassed. We are equally aware of individuals within the law enforcement structures, including those in the National Prosecuting Authority and the judiciary, who are stifling prosecution and conviction of corrupt individuals. We call upon the President to exercise his executive authority and continue to clean up these institutions. In the same vein, the Zanu PF Youth League today takes this opportunity to issue a stern warning to all miscreants who have developed a habit of associating themselves with the President and First Family whenever accusations of corruption are exposed. We will not stand by while such abuse continues. Neither the President nor his family sign tenders, nor they drive vehicles full of contraband. We will not rest in ensuring that such persons face their own music. Dear colleagues and comrades and fellow compatriots, I shall conclude by sharing with you the dream of Zanu PF Youth League. We dream of a united Zimbabwean youth population who are willing to work towards a unity of the whole nation. We dream of the unlimited potential every youth has in making the Zimbabwean revolutionary legacy a pleasant and permanent one. In our inclusive vision, every youth has a role to play. The professional, the farmer, the entrepreneur, the artist, the able-bodied, the one with challenges, the one in town, the one in the village, united. No one can break our Zimbabweanness. Long live Zimbabwe. Long live Zanu PF. 2023. Pas ne mandu. I thank you all, comrades.